Okay, all welcome back to the workbench. I've done something different this time around. I'm doing a voiceover here instead of talking along. The recording of me live sounded like I was drunk, so I thought I'd redo it. Okay, what I'm showing you here is the fuselage of the Ju-52 for the group build over at Scarmole Attic. This is a movie-based theme, so any model that's been featured in a movie. So what I've done here with the fuselage, I've glued the seats in and painted up the interior. The interior has been painted RLM02. There I was just showing these green white squadron putty that I used to fix up the windows. The kit parts, I had to remove two of the windows to put the correct ones in. The kit supplied ones default had a hole for the machine gun, so I had to cut that out and put new ones in and puttied up. So I've puttied up and sanded away. So now here we go. I'm talking about the painting that I've done. RLM02, which is Gunsy 70. So that's painted in the interior. What did I do? I think I airbrushed it. Yes, I did. I airbrushed the entire interior here. That's after I masked up the windows there. You can see the windows are masked on both sides. The masking on the inside is cut to size. So I've painted it all up. I've painted the seats. What was it? A Tamiya dark grey, I think it was. They painted that one and weathered the floor as well. So I've used Humbrol. What were they? Humbrol sand and Humbrol dark earth weathering powders mixed in with a bit of Humbrol decal fix and dabbed on with a bit of a cotton bud. Now I'll probably show you this cotton bud shortly. That was just to lay down the base colour. Then I started randomly getting the dry powder, using the exact same cotton bud, out of the dry powder and dabbed it back on. There it goes. It wasn't Tamiya, it was Citadel Paints. I think it was Citadel Paints, painted the seats. The seats were basically styrene strips all glued together. And just glued in there, cut the size, glued in. Just talking about the top gun on top, you won't see much of the interior through that doorway that you see left open. And you won't see much of the cockpit either once the canopy gets put on. The canopy's got a lot of framework, so you won't be seeing all this interior. So the paint job in here is very, very basic. So all I've done is just painted it black on the control column, steering wheels, throttle quadrants. There you go. There's the framework on the canopy. It's out of focus there, but there's a lot of lines or frame lines that it's got to be masked off before painting. So yeah, you're not going to see much. What else am I talking about here? Can't tell. Oh well. When I put the top on, there's a top there that you can see on to the right. Here we go. The top of that dish I'm holding there is the custom color I did up for the weathering. That's the dark earth and sand Humbrol weathering powders. Here they are, coming into view. Humbrol's got themselves a YouTube site. I think that's just called Humbrol is the channel, and they show you how to use all their different products so far. The weathering powders, the washers. The weathering powders especially are quite useful. I don't know about other weathering powders. I've only used Tamiya's the kits, those three weathering powders in one, a bit like the makeup set. They are very difficult to use from my point of view, those ones, whereas the weathering powders from Humbrol are easier to use because it's free, more grains, more powder available to you, not caked in. So these are very good so far. They're using either the decal fix or Humbrol thinners, enamel thinners, or even gloss and matte coat to fix the weathering powders in. Okay, there's a cotton bud I was mentioning earlier that I actually used to dab the floor with the different weathering powders. I went heavy near the doorway. You're going to see a lot more of the interior from that doorway, more than you're going to see down near the back of the cockpit there. Went a bit further into the rear compartment there as well. You could see slightly in there. That bulkhead at the rear there, near the doorway, that was painted and weathered with Humbrol dark grey, or blue grey enamel wash. Then dry brushed with the RLM02 again. There it is, dark grey. Even though the enamels, they're thin and you really got to stir the pot up. The couple of the ones I've had so far had the paint sludged on the bottom. Took a bit of effort to get them off. I didn't go all the way down the back because you won't see it. I'm kind of disappointed because that detail that you're looking at there, it's beautiful detail. The weathering you can just see the weathering there. To the naked eye, the weathering is beautiful, but you're not going to see much once that fuselage gets closed up. Okay, I made a mistake with this. Here I put clear varnish, Humbrol clear varnish on the windows after the masking tape came off, and I sealed it up, and I forgot to put the blackout curtains inside. So it's not like the movie, you don't have the curtains on the inside. So you can actually see a bit more of the interior with the lighting that goes through the windows. But I'm still thinking of how to at least put something resembling blackout curtains. I might put it like they're being drawn aside or something like that. This model is not depicted in any part of the movie, as in this is one that's in flight, or this one that landed on the ground at the end of the movie. This could be... Oh, hello, Mr. Lego Man. I think that was Frodo. Sorry, yeah. So in the movie, even though the aircraft flew in the movie Where Eages Dare, it could be sitting back at its British base with the curtains drawn aside. So I'm going to try and make some little curtains later on and squeeze in there. Okay, there's a top going on, and it was a bit of a drama queen going on. Tight fit, but it fitted anyhow. And that's about it. So this is a fuselage basically complete. The next one, I think I'm moving on to engines or something. I'll catch you shortly.